Hey guys, it's Sharon, and today we are decluttering my makeup collection. I am prepping for 2025. I'm looking to make some big changes in 2025 in how I consume makeup and use makeup. And I want to start just with as clean of a slate as possible. Now, this is not your crazy get rid of everything kind of declutter. I've spent a lot of money on this makeup and a lot of it is still very, very good. And I'm not trying to be a minimalist, okay? But I do want to have a mid-range collection like I always have. We will get on into the declutter. I hope you enjoy. This is probably going to be tough for me. Let's go. All right, this is everything except for my MAC shadows, so let's do these first. All right, this one is my newer creme brulee, or it's just called brulee now, shadow from Wet n Wild. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my like backup makeup drawer because I'm still working through my original, which is broken, but I'm so close to being done with it and I just want the satisfaction of using up a shadow. So we're gonna keep that. Then I think this one from Maybelline and Linen, I just don't think I need because I prefer the Wet n Wild. I'm honestly not sure why I even bought this. I think because I was looking for a dupe for some reason when like this one's cheaper, so like and smaller. So I think we're gonna pass on that. Then my friend picked this Kiko Milano shadow up for me in Italy. So I definitely wanna keep that. Just because that's special. This one from Maybelline is honestly really similar to that, and I'm not sure that I need it, although it's very pretty. This one's in Nude Glow. It's really pretty. I just don't know that I see myself needing to reach for it, so I think we can probably let that one go. My stance on like single shadows is that I need it to be special enough to think about reaching for it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna remember to reach for it, right? So right out the gate, you can keep Stila Kitten. That is just such a beautiful shade. It can stay. Then also my Essence Melted Chromes can stay, although I'm thinking this one maybe can go. I think I might retire this one to the Makeup Graveyard. It's not one that I reach for a lot. So I think this one can be retired. I don't want to get rid of it completely just yet. I do have a Makeup Graveyard where I keep really, really special to me products. And that's honestly one of them. But I love these two. This one's like a purpley shade. They don't make these anymore. And this one is definitely my favorite. Look at that. It's so beautiful. So I want to keep these two, but I think that coppery one can pass on, but I'm gonna keep these. Then of course I've got Amber Rush from L'Oreal, which is incredible, so that one can stay. And then I have also Ice Latte and then this purple shade. I just love these infallible shadows. I feel like maybe the purple one could go, but correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like you can't buy this purple one anymore, can you? It's really pretty. I think we're gonna keep it for now. These are ones that always tend to survive declutters. I don't think you can buy this lilac shade anymore. I know some of them you can, some of them you can't. I don't think it's one you can get, so I wanna hold on to that. Okay, this is a little loose glitter that I have from Too Faced that's so tiny and it survives like every declutter because it's the only loose glitter that I have. I have a couple, let's see, I have a Moon Dust from Urban Decay, and then I have kind of like another glitter topper from Ulta. So let's swatch these. I think I'll swatch them on this hand. So here's the Moon Dust. Honestly, like, I feel like I'm not that impressed with Moon Dust shadows. Like that, yeah, it's pretty, but was it worth the money? Probably not. Then here's the one from Ulta. They almost look identical. They're so similar. Like, so similar. So if you are interested in a Moon Dust, get this Ulta Beauty one because it's way cheaper. And I feel like they look identical. They really do. I don't know. Honestly, I think the Ulta Beauty one has more sparkle. So I think we'll keep the Ulta one and pass on Moon Dust. I just don't think it's quite as sparkly. Like they're really, really similar, but I think the Ulta one's better. I just do. Okay, this one I believe can go. This is the Flower Beauty Chrome Crush Pigment. I just don't find myself reaching for this. And it's an interesting texture, that's for sure. It's very gold, and I don't find myself wearing gold a whole lot anymore. So this one can go. All right, I think this one from ColourPop can probably go too. I do like the Super Shock shades. Let's see, where can I swatch this? My hand's wet. That's just so coppery. It's really beautiful. It's just kind of a shade that I don't reach for a lot. So I think we're gonna let this one go. This one, if you're curious, was in a little corky. It's really pretty. I just don't tend to wear very many of these coppery shades anymore. I don't. I used to, I just don't really anymore. I have one Maybelline Color Tattoo. These get so dry so fast. This one is in Front Runner, which is pretty, but I prefer it in a stick formula, which you saw I already have quite a few chubby crayons, so I think we'll go ahead and let this go. All right, then these two from Urban Decay are fairly new, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep them. I have one in Fix and one in Sin. I don't even remember how exactly I acquired it. Oh, I think it was during 21 Days of Beauty when they had these on sale. So like if I'm gonna reach for single shadows, I wanna like reach for this duo, you know? Like crease, lid, and I'm done. You know, that's easy to me. So we're gonna keep those. All right, these I know I wanna keep. I just wanna show them to you because they're beautiful. These are so incredible. So I've gotta swatch them for you. So the first is in To the Moon and Back. I think this one's my favorite. You ready? Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, then this one's in Milky Way. This is the first one I ever got, was Milky Way, I believe. These all have dents in them. There's Milky Way, so it's more of that coppery shade. If I do get rid of any, I think I could get rid of Milky Way because it's really copper, and like I said, I'm not really going for that anymore. And then this one's in Shock Chalk. This one's my newest, and it's so beautiful also. Look at that. They are like the most pigmented, beautiful. These are my favorite. Out of everything Sephora collection, these are my favorite. They're the colorful metal effect shadows, and they are just absolutely stunning. Like, stunning. Again, I think Milky Way is definitely my favorite. I just wish they had more shades in this range, you know? But yeah, Milky Way is definitely my favorite. I think I actually might be able to let this one go. It's just so pretty. But yeah, you know, I think I can. I haven't reached for it in quite a while. It's definitely my oldest one. It's quite a few years old. So in Milky Way, I'm gonna let Milky Way go. But I want to keep Shock Chalk and Milky Way. Or I'm sorry, To the Moon and Back. All right, I have MAC singles now that I need to go through. These I find the hardest to use because they all look the same when they're stacked up. Like I stack them like this, you know? So I'm just seeing the top, so it's like I can't tell what they are. so I have a hard time actually using them. Okay. So I've got a lot of mattes and 2 shimmers, and that's it. So for sure, all that glitters can stay. This was the very first MAC shadow that I bought. I was very excited to get this one. It is staying. It's gonna go in the makeup graveyard someday. I love this. Same with, where is it? Here it is. Soft Brown is also like the first one that I bought. I think I bought this and all the glitters at the same time from a MAC store. These are, like I said, definitely old. I don't think there's any sort of date on these. No, but these are definitely old. So those 2 are definitely my favorites. Then I do love this one here in Sweet Heat. This one's beautiful. Look at that. Really pretty, so that one can stay. Like, to me, those are like ones that I think about. The rest of these I rarely use. So let's see, I have a matte pink. This is in Felt Cute. I think I wanted this to be like a really pretty pale pink on the lid, and it barely shows up, like it's not pigmented at all, so it can go. I was disappointed in that one. Then I have Orb, which says it's a satin. Let's see. Like, I just don't find myself reaching for these. I have Omega, which is a matte. I think Omega can stay. It looks like a really good, like, mid-tone brown. Then I have Royal Rendezvous, which I think is a little too, like, pinkish. Yeah, it's not quite the tone I'm going for. It's a little bit, like, pinkishy red, so that one can go. And then I have this deep one in Swiss Chocolate, which I think can stay, because that's a good, like, lower lash or liner type brown, so that one can stay. I think Orb I'm not quite sure about. It looks like a good, like, blending shade, so I think we'll keep that for now. All right, let's arrange the bucket now for what I'm keeping, so we can see what we have. I'm not sure which way it will have to be arranged. I feel like the MAC ones I want to lay out, because that way I can see what they are. And the rest I think I can stack because I think it's really obvious to me what they are, or I'm able to see the color from the side. Like all my L'Oreal Infallibles, that's really easy to tell, and they'll stack sideways, so that works perfect. Then, let's see, I like keeping my Brulee shadow kind of up here at the front because I reach for it like every day. I love my Sephora Metal Effects. Go there. I do reach for Stila Kitten fairly regularly. Urban Decay, Kiko. Then we'll pop my 3 favorite like glitters right there. We'll pop that loose glitter right there. That actually looks perfect to me. Like, that looks so nice. Oh, and I love that I can see my MAC shadows now and these Sephora ones, so let's see how I did. So I kept 20. Nine are going completely, 1 is going to be put away and 1's going to the makeup graveyard. So total though, I got 11 out of this bin, which I feel looks really quite nice. Mascaras are an incredibly difficult category for me because I absolutely love mascara and trying mascara. So this is something that I acquire a lot of and I open a lot at once. And it's definitely something I need to work on. So first, let me take out the floater things because like I've had a few of my eyeshadow primers fall into here, which I don't think need to be there. Oh, a couple liners. those need to go with my liners. Okay, cool. First, gonna try to go through and find anything with old date stickers because I do try to date my mascaras so I know when I opened them. So like CoverGirl Clump Crusher, I opened in June. So we're right about at the 6-month mark. It's probably still fine, but I have so many other mascaras. I think I can go ahead and like let this go. This one also dries up very, very quickly. So we're gonna pass that one, or get rid of that one, not pass it on, but just get rid of it. This one from Collab, I didn't like. I bought it when it was on super clearance because it's going out of business. It does have a really neat wand. It's really tiny. I just didn't think it did much for my lashes. And you can't even buy these anymore, so I'm not gonna feel bad about that. I did buy this one that was like the dark purple. I think it's like volumizing, and I actually did really like this one. It's just really, really dry and hard to work with now, I think because it's older. So we'll see. I may or may not keep that. It's still newer to me, but we'll see. Okay, this one I definitely didn't like. I opened this in September, but it smudged really badly. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer Mascara, and it smudged really bad on me. Okay. Some of these are like really new. Yeah, like Hard Candy's October. That's hardly old at all. My CoverGirl Lash Primer is old. I opened this one in June, so it can go, but I love that one. Then the CoverGirl Eye Enhancer I opened in June. This one has smudged on me, but I do like the brush. I think I have one in a different shade in backup, so we'll see how that goes, but I'm kind of on the fence on that one. Okay, I just bought this one, the new Lash Paradise, which my actual first impression was not very good. It didn't do much for my lashes, but I'll keep trying it. It was a very like natural looking mascara, and it was just sort of like meh. Okay, I have such a hard time with mascara because I love it all so much. I did not care for this Grande mascara in waterproof. I don't care for the brush wand. It gives me like the Maybelline, like the green and pink tube. What's that? Great Lash. It's very much like that, and I don't really think this does much, so it can go. The Falsies I just opened in October. Thrive is a pretty decent tubing mascara. It's probably the best tubing mascara out there. It's just not my favorite lash look. I think I could maybe let this one go. We'll see. FanFest I just got from Benefit. We opened this one not long ago from Rimmel, the Thrill Seeker mascara. I don't remember what my thoughts on this one. See, honestly, mascara is so hard for me. Okay, Polite Society can go. It's almost at the 6-month mark. This one has smudged on me. I love the packaging of this. I love it a lot. It has started to dry out and hasn't smudged as bad since it's dried out, but like as a fresh mascara, it smudged so horribly under my eyes. It can go. Unfortunately, I don't think it will make its way back into my collection. Then I do have this Pure Fully Charged Duo. I got these back in July. They're fine. They're just not one of my favorites. We'll think about that. Think about it. Okay, I love the Roller Lash, and I got this one in September. It can stay. I just got the Benefit They're Real. The Revolution 5D Whip. I feel like I like this one. All right, Maybelline Firework, I'm gonna pass on just because we're at that like 6-month mark. This one I like and don't like at the same time. It is very goopy because the like stopper in here does not scrape off enough product. The wand is also really wiggly. Can you see that? That like it just, you can just bend it like crazy. But I like the way my lashes look with it, so I could see myself getting this one again, but for now it's gonna go. Okay, I don't think this primer does anything. It definitely didn't make this mascara look any better, and you would think that since they're in the same line that they would like help each other. It didn't. So this primer can go. The Lancome Hypno, whatever this is, I got during the like mascara sale. I don't like the wand. It's kind of a curve, kind of flat. And I mean, it's a fine mascara, but it's not one that like I went running back to, so it can go, and I don't think it will ever see its way back into my collection. I love this Hard Candy mascara. It does not smudge under my eyes, which is really nice. I haven't even used the Tarte one in ages because it's been buried under here and I haven't been able to see it. Got Maybelline the Falsies. That's not even very old. Let's see. I just got Benefit They're Real. Then I still have this, the Pure and the primer, Roller Lash. I think we'll go ahead and let Collab go just because it's already so dry, it's hard to work with. That's quite a few out of here. It's still not as good as I would like it to be, but I think it's in a spot now where I can continue to keep trying and figuring out what works and what doesn't before I open anything new. So I think I'm gonna call it good right here and pass on what I've decided to. That's 21 mascaras and primers. There's a couple of primers in there, but 21 open mascaras. I have a problem. I know I do. I just love mascara so much. It's my favorite. Then we're getting rid of $11. So $11, I feel like that's really pretty good. So that means I had what, like over 30 mascaras and primers. That's crazy. But I'm feeling good, We're feeling lighter. That's the whole point. We're going into 2025 feeling lighter. All right, concealer next. We're gonna do this based off of like tone on the back of my hand. We're just gonna swatch it, or on my inner forearm. I'm not sure exactly, but that's what we're gonna do. Okay. I don't need to swatch this one. I know I love it. It's the Revlon Flex Wear Full Cover. This one I'll use up all the way. I love this. It's so good. I forget what shade I have, but it's incredible. Okay, we have a Maybelline Age Rewind Eraser. This one is too light. Look at that. That is way too light. It can go. I think I bought it in a pinch and they didn't have my shade. I don't know what I was thinking. That's too light. Then we have, oh, this one's a year old, so I think it can go just for that fact, and I think it's also too light. This is from Tarte. Oh yeah, it's like just as light as that. This one would definitely work better than the Maybelline because this one's more pink and this one's more yellow. My shade's in 8B Porcelain Beige, so it would definitely be better, but it's old and I didn't even really like it all that much, I don't think. I didn't use it very much. All right, Physicians Formula Butter Glow. This one's like a really thin and yellow. Look at that, it's like super yellow. That is not the right shade for me. With concealers, I feel like you can usually make a concealer work, but like that is so dark, no. I believe that this one is also really dark. It's the Too Faced Born This Way. Yeah, that is not the right shade for me. It's like super yellow. So it can also go. It's just not right. Okay, we have this one I only got like a month ago. This is the Multitasker Concealer from Rimmel. It's also very light, but I actually think that that tone looks really nice for me. So this one I believe can stay. I haven't even gotten to use it very much, so I don't have a lot of thoughts. That can stay. Let me just, for comparison, I'm gonna throw on a swatch of my Revlon that I love. See, and that's like a totally different tone than any of the rest, but I have found that it really works for me right now. It just does what I need it to do. It might not be the perfect shade, but like the finish and everything is absolutely incredible. All right, so then I have Catrice True Skin. Yeah, that can stay. I remember liking that one pretty well. I think the Maybelline Fit Me can go. It's also really light. Yeah, it's too light. Like, this is so funny to me because I've been loving this one and it's totally different than any of the other shades I've gone for. So maybe I'm just going for completely the wrong shade, but yeah, this can go. Too light. And also it's kind of thin. I guess like kind of like a thin. Okay, this one is also a really good shade, I feel like. This is the Essence Keep Me Covered. And I don't remember having a lot of thoughts about that one. So for now, it can stay. Then this is the Tarte Creaseless Creamy. Oh, I love the shade of this one. That one right there is even more perfect than that one. I just think I like the Revlon formula more, but for now, this can stay. Then I also love this Neutrogena. Look, it got messy. The applicator on this Revlon one is awful and it gets gunked up, kind of like the Tarte ones do if you use those. They get gunked up with too much product. Oh yeah, this tone is also really good. Love this one. Love this Neutrogena one, it's really nice. And then I really like this NYX Serum Concealer. So, okay, I'm feeling in a good spot with all of these. Let me just wipe off that one that was yucky. Okay, so we're gonna keep Neutrogena, Tarte Creaseless Creamy, Essence Keep Me Covered, my Revlon Flex Wear, the Rimmel Catrice True Skin, and the NYX Bear With Me. So that looks really good to me. I feel good about this too. So we kept 7 and got rid of 5. I feel like that's pretty good. Liners and chubby shadow sticks. This should be an appropriate size container for this kind of category and it's overflowing. It's possible I might need to separate liners from chubby shadow sticks. We'll see, but I think we can probably get this pared down a little bit. All right, I'm gonna start with the items I know I want to for sure keep. So I have categorized them into pencil liners, chubby crayon sticks, liquid liners, gel. I have a gel over here. And then this is liquid with like a dip pot that you dip it into. So let's start with liquid liners because I only have 4. And I think this will be fairly easy to go through. I'm missing one. I was like, I know I'm missing one. My daughter has started like to play in my makeup. So now things are starting to go missing. Okay, so a for sure keep is my Too Faced Better Than Sex Easy Glide Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in Chocolate. This is my current favorite brown liquid liner. I think I'm going to pass on the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof. This is the skinny eyeliner, which I like, but it is really old and it's actually getting to a point where it's like goopy and hard to apply because there's like too much liquid coming out of the tip, if that makes sense. It's like, something weird happened, it's just too old, it's gonna go. Then we have the Lancome. I opened that one in July. The Lorac in Espresso and Milani Tank. I don't have dates on any of those. So I know that the Lancome was July. Oh, that's like a felt tip. That's never my favorite applicator. I believe Milani is also a felt tip. It is almost, wow, it is like identical. Milani is this one. Lorac is this one. Or I'm sorry, Lancome. Those are identical. Like, absolutely identical. And then the Lorac is a brush tip, which I definitely prefer brush tip. So, and they're all exactly the same shade. What does the Too Faced one look like? Oh yeah, Too Faced I like the best for sure. It can stay. I think the Lorac can, well, the Lorac is a little bit deeper. Okay. After looking at the swatches, I'm seeing some finishes. They're really similar, but the Lancome is more matte than the Milani, so I'm gonna let the Milani Tank one go. I have heard some mixed reviews on this, that people didn't like it. However, I have not had a problem with this liner. I felt like it was fairly easy to work with. I just sort of dotted it along the upper lash line and got a really nice brown line with it. So I didn't see a huge complaint. I could potentially see myself getting it again down the road, but I'm gonna let it go for now. I'm gonna keep the Lancome, and the Lorac, I think, we'll keep it for now because I don't think it's very old, and it's a little bit different tone than, I don't think you can tell, but it's slightly different. Like the Too Faced is a little more milk chocolate, and this is a little more like dark chocolate. Then this for sure can stay from Essence. It's the Eye Sparkle liquid liner. I love putting this like on my inner corner. If you haven't seen this swatch, let me just give you a quick swatch. Can you see the glitter? It's like so absolutely pretty on that inner corner. It just adds a little bit of like shimmer and sparkle. I love this so much. It can stay. Okay, I was on the search for a purple liquid liner. And I have 3 here, and I definitely have a winner that I know right out the gate, which is the Revlon Color Stay Micro. Still not my favorite format. I really want like a purple in a pen formula. Let me shake this up. It gets separated a little. I know that purples are difficult, and that's probably why I haven't been able to find one, but my dog's barking, I'm so sorry. This one, you can get a fairly precise line, you can see. And it's a nice like eggplant type shade, so I'm gonna keep this one. So I've been on the hunt for the perfect liquid purple liner, which is near to impossible to find. So if you have a great recommendation, let me know. The winner that I have found thus far is from Revlon. It's this Revlon Color Stay. And you can see here in that swatch, it's very like uneven and patchy, but if you do it a really thin line like that, it's decent. So it's definitely not the best, but in terms of like a deep purple liquid liner, this is the best I found, so it can stay. I also tried the Wet n Wild Mega, but it's not exactly the tone I was going for in a purple. Like it's too electric. Like it's pretty fun, but it's just not what I was going for when I said I wanted a purple liner. And it's kind of metallic, so I think we're gonna go ahead and pass this one on. Then I tried this one from The Balm. This is But These Eyes, oh, Bat These Eyes, I believe is just what it's called, purple liquid eyeliner. This one I think is harder to apply than the, and it's like metallic. First of all, can you see that goopy wand? I'm not sure if you can tell. It's a metallic, and it's not even very purple. It says it's purple, but it looks reddish to me. That doesn't really look purple to me. This one's more purple than this one. So none of them are perfect, but out of those that I've tried, I do enjoy the Revlon one. It's a little bit finicky, but I can make it work. And last is this liquid liner from Wet n Wild. This is part of the Nightmare Before Christmas line, and it is a shimmer, like white shimmer. So it's similar to the Essence, and it's very pretty. It's just more white. Are you able to see the difference? I have a lamp on, so are you able to tell the glitter difference? Like, this is more of like a champagne-y gold, and this is like a true white. And I actually find I don't care for this white, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. So I cut the liquids down exactly 50%. I got rid of 5, and I'm keeping 5. I feel like 50% is awesome. The Essence gel liner, I'm gonna go ahead and keep. I haven't even gotten a chance to try this one yet, and it's in brown. It's in just 02 brown. It's just a pot gel liner. Oh, it looks like I did try it once, barely. I don't remember though, so I'm gonna keep this and see if we like it at all. I'm just not typically the biggest fan of a gel like pot liner, so we'll see. Let's do pencil liners next. I have not as many of these, and they're all really similar shades. So let's see. I like to categorize, you know? So we have one black. I feel like I've got to have a black. This is just an Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On and Perversion. It can stay. Then we have 3 purples. So out of the 3, I think maybe we can pare them down. We'll see. See, this is where it's hard because I feel like this looks like a lot, but at the same time, they're all a little bit different. So I have 2 that are like a nude shade. I feel like I need to keep them both because this one from Urban Decay is almost gone. You can see I'm like on the verge of completely using that up. This is in Midnight Cowboy. I should probably buy another one. I really like it for the inner corner. Then this Too Faced one is just a nice like highlighting nude shade, you know, if you want to do your waterline or something. And I don't have any others like this. I got it in July. I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. Then I have in that same line a purple, which is really pretty. Let's swatch all my purples. Then I have a purple from Essence. See, and it's like a totally different tone and shade. Like they're just totally different. Then I think that Essence one might be a dupe for this Rockstar one from Urban Decay. Oh yeah. Not quite, but very similar. So they are all 3 different, if you can see that. This one's like a very true, good purple. These 2 lean more on the brown side. The Rockstar is definitely more of like a deep eggplant. Leans more brown. The middle one is more of like a rich plum. So actually I feel like I want to keep them all. I will say that the where the shades of these 2 aren't the same, the formula feels the same, and they still have flecks of glitter in them, which is really, really similar. So if you like the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencils and you're looking for Rockstar in particular, try this one from Essence in 05 Very Berry. It's very similar. The question is, do I need them both? And which one do I like better? I'm honestly not sure. They all smudged when I wiped at them, but I think it's because I still had some makeup remover on my hand. I'm very torn. Very, very torn. Especially because like Essence is so inexpensive and this one is so not inexpensive. Okay, I think I'm gonna take this one. I think I've only used it a couple times. Technically it's been used, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my like backup makeup drawer. So at least it's out of the way. So I can focus on this one from Urban Decay, and we'll keep that one. I do wanna keep this Too Faced one because it's such a rich purple. And then these 2 here, I have one from Essence and again one from Urban Decay. I feel like these are also potentially dupes for one another. Let me swatch it where my hand is not wet. I love the Essence one so much. So again, this is one where it's maybe not 100% spot on the color, but the formula is definitely there, and it's so similar that like on the eyes you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I really love them both. I know that my pencil here is pretty old from Essence, but and it's starting to pull away, like when I sharpen it. So I think we'll go ahead and let my Essence one go for now. I know I have a backup of that. This one from Urban Decay is just newer than the Essence one. And I'd like to get my money out of this one because it's a lot more money. But they're both very rich and nice. And I think like once I use up this one from Urban Decay, I won't get it again. I'll just get the Essence. So pencils were a little bit harder. We didn't do as well on that, but I didn't have very many pencil ones to start with. It's my Chubby Shadow Sticks is where I have a lot, and also where it takes up a lot of space in my container. Like if this is just my liners, this is perfect. I may need to think about reconfiguring my drawer to separate these categories. We'll see what I want to end up keeping. First out the gate, I can let this black chubby crayon go. This is several years old now, and I haven't needed to use it in quite a while. I got it for a Halloween costume. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that one go. Then I'm gonna categorize by brand, I think. NYX typically are my favorite because they're affordable and they have such a great shade variety. Then I have a few from Laura Mercier and Bobbi Brown. One from Ulta, and then a couple Kiko Milanos and an IT Cosmetics. So, and they're all really similar. I only have one purple, that's from NYX in lavender. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. Yogurt is like my all-time favorite. I could probably get by with getting rid of all of these and just keep yogurt and be fine. I love this one, so I'm gonna keep that. Then, let's see. I think I might need to separate like mattes from shimmers and take a look at that. When we get over here, I do have this True Pink in like strawberry milk. And that's a really nice one if I want like a true pink, although I don't find myself reaching for it too terribly often. Same with Iced Mocha, although it's really pretty. Now, if you're new to my channel, the way I use these is as a lid base. Like I'll pop this on where I want the shimmer shadow, and then it will just intensify the shadow that I'm using. All right, I also have this one from IT Cosmetics, and it's in like a pearly pink. It is probably similar to Yogurt. Oh yeah, see, it's totally different. I do love my Yogurt one. But this one's really beautiful, so I think I want to keep the one from IT Cosmetics. It's really nice. I think maybe this one from Ulta can go. It's like a totally different tone though. It's more like gold. But I think that this one from IT Cosmetics will suffice like the way that this one from Ulta has been. So I think the one from Ulta can go. We'll see. Then, okay, I do have this one from the Sephora collection, which is really pretty even just on its own. It's so creamy and has like a bit of glitter to it. It's really beautiful. I love this one. Keep that. Then, I have a couple of minis from Bobbi Brown, some from Laura Mercier, Kiko Milano. Let's see. Laura Mercier, these are so expensive. Oh, that is gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one from Laura Mercier and pass on this one from NYX because they're similar, but I like this one from Laura Mercier better. Okay, then we have this other one from Laura Mercier, this like miniature that came in like a mini kit. This is a matte, so that'd be a good like base for matte shadows, which I like, but it's not quite the tone I'm going for. This one looks like it's got shimmer. Yes. It's really similar to the IT Cosmetics, but a little bit more gold. It's really pretty, and I like that it's smaller, so I think we'll go ahead and keep the Bobbi Brown. It's a nice compact size. I think same for this one, although I do have this one from Kiko Milano that I think might be similar. Oh, it's a lot richer. I just love the shadow sticks, I really do. Okay, then this one's from Bobbi Brown also. Oh, that's really pretty. I just love these things. I really do. I love them. Okay, I think the strawberry milk that's so pink can go, and the Ulta Beauty one can go. And I think I'm gonna keep the others. So, 5, 6. All right, this one was harder. I kept 10 and got rid of 4. So, not great, but still decent. And I definitely have a lot more room within this container now just to like actually look for what I'm looking for. So I think that that's pretty decent. So in this bucket here are things that I have just been slowly decluttering as I've been using them. So there's some palettes in here, there's some powders, all sorts of random things. So I thought I would just share them with you. Since this was stuff I had already pulled out of my collection, but wanted to show you what I'm choosing to pass on. So we'll start at the top. The first is the Essence Shake It Up palette. This is honestly fine. I regret this one. I just don't think I needed it. I bought it anyways because I have a shopping problem. So this is really nice. I'm sure that I will have a friend that will like this. I just don't feel like it's something that I need at this moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go, but don't let this keep you from buying it. It's a nice palette. Next is the Sigma Warm Neutrals palette. This is actually one that I like. It's just a little deep for me, a little red. I find that there's just a lot of shades I don't touch in here at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass that one on. The Lorac Unzipped palette will be going to my makeup graveyard. This is, I think, the first Lorac palette I've ever purchased. It's an old one. I've used it a lot. It's got some hard pan in it. I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, retire this to my makeup graveyard of makeup that is like special to me. This palette I've been holding on to for a long time for one shade and one shade only, and I feel like I probably have a similar shade in another palette. It's my Zoeva Artisto, or Aristo, however you say that, palette. The shade that I love is down here. It's like a really pretty, just like, it's maybe a satin. It's not quite matte. It's not really a shimmer. It's one that I would use for like an all over lid look, where that's the only shade I would use, but I literally don't like any of the other shades in this palette. Like, none of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and finally let that go because it's a really bulky thing to keep for one shade. Next is this Pure palette, which the metallics in it are really beautiful and vibrant, but I felt when I used the metallics and the mattes, it ended up looking kind of muddy. And this is also a pretty old palette. I've had it for, I don't even know, probably 5 or 6 years now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let this one go because I wasn't pleased with the last few looks that I've gotten out of it. Next is this Tarte palette. I'm gonna pass on to a friend who loves Tarte that I think will really love this. It's a great neutral. It's just not super exciting to me, and it's just one that I feel that I have in other variations that I like better than this Tarte one. I'm going to go ahead and let this Ulta Trio go. It's part of their older packaging. It is actually really pretty. The shimmers and things, I just feel like I have these exact shades in other palettes and I can let this go. I don't reach for it much. The Too Faced Hot Buttered Rum palette is a good one for like fall. It's nice and warm, but it's a little bit deep and warm for me compared to what I typically reach for. And I know that I have similar colors in other palettes, and like I don't hardly use like that orangey, whatever this is, mustard color. I never use that. It's not a shade that looks good on me. It makes me look sick. It can go. All right, this Viseart Paris Edit was kind of a tricky one to decide, but it came damaged. You can see this one's already broken. It was like that when I got it. The pans are kind of in here a little bit wonky. This is a pretty palette, but I do have another Viseart palette that has similar shades that I like better, that has larger pan sizes. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go, just because I think it's a little bit harder to use. All right, a couple more palettes I'll go through. I'm gonna pass on this Clio palette. This is primarily matte shades, which are quite nice. If you have light skin and you're looking for mattes, this is quite nice. Very pigmented. I just feel like I have other matte palettes that have greater range, and this one is all so similar that I really just like these kind of shades over here, and I just think it's one I can let go. I got this on Amazon. They are very pigmented and soft though, really quite nice. I'm not sure if you can see that with my lighting being kind of weird, but they are quite nice and soft. Actually, I might keep that. Pretend I didn't say anything. All right, I'm gonna pass on the Gin Nude Neutrals from Bare Minerals. It's just not one that I reach for terribly often. The shimmers are a little bit deep for me. I prefer a lighter shimmer on my lid, so I'm gonna let this one go. All right, then we have this Patrick Ta foundation. I have them in 2 shades because I couldn't find one that matched me perfectly. I kind of have to mix the 2. I regret buying these. I just didn't really care for them. I wouldn't buy them again. All right, I'm gonna pass on my e.l.f. Luminous Glow Setting Powder. I just had way too many loose setting powders that I don't hardly ever wear them, so that's one I'm gonna let go. The About Face foundation. The foundation is honestly fine. I just hate this applicator. Like, look at that. Like, I can't pull it out. It is so difficult to get out. That stopper is a pain. I did use a good third of it, I would say. But it's one I wouldn't buy again because I just don't like that packaging at all. All right, I'm passing on this Revlon Flexwear because it's not the right shade, so that one is going. I am going to retire this Smashbox palette to my Makeup Graveyard. This, look, I never even, oh my gosh, I never even peeled the film. Oh, that was satisfying. I can't believe I've had this as long as I have and I've never peeled the film off. This is the collab with Casey Holmes back in the day. So this is really, really old. I think I bought this when I lived with my parents, and that's gotta be 10 years ago now at this point. So this one is going to go in the Makeup Graveyard. All right, I have this palette from Tarte. This was part of the holiday collection. I'm going to let this one in particular go. It wasn't my favorite color story out of all of them. So this one's going to pass on to a friend that would like that. This is the matte palette that came in my Estee Lauder gift kit from my mom, if you saw that. I just did not have good luck with these shadows at all. I'm gonna let my mom look at this and see if she would like these shadows. I just found that I didn't have good luck with them, and I have so many other palettes, I'm not gonna hold on to this one. All right, this one kind of pained me a little bit. I might pop this into the Makeup Graveyard, we'll see. It is the MAC Contour palette. I always wanted one of these. I just don't reach for a contour palette. Like, I just want one contour shade. And honestly, these are so similar, I'm not even sure exactly how to use them, like which one works best for me, I never know. So I just don't reach for it at all. And I don't reach for the highlight shades typically. So I'm gonna let this one go. All right, next up is this Physicians Formula Spotlight Illuminating Primer. This is very, very old. It's not my favorite out of all the illuminating primers that you could get. It's kind of thick and goopy. I'm gonna let this one go. This is a very old Misha BB cream. This one was opened in 2023 and we're almost in 2025. So this one's going to go. I think I used about half of it. All right, this is the Catrice Under Eye Brightener. This was also opened in July of 23, so it's well over a year old. It's also not my favorite for under the eyes, so I'm gonna let that one go. I'm also passing on the e.l.f. Eye Brightener. This was also in October of 23, so very old. And this one's almost creamier than I want it to be. I know some people really like that, but I did not care for the creaminess of it. It was too like emollient. All right, I'm also passing on this, Flower Concealer. This one was not my favorite. I think I got it at TJ Maxx fairly affordably. And it's just not my favorite formula. It's kind of thin, so I'm gonna let this one go. Then I'm passing on the Lancome Monsieur Big mascara. Didn't I just get this one? I don't think this is supposed to be in here. I think my daughter put this in here. Okay. I'm passing on the Essence Keep Me Covered powder. I just have so many pressed powders, and this is not one of my favorites, so I'm gonna let it go. Then the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer is not the right shade for me. It is too red, and I did not think it looked very good. So this one I'm gonna pass on. Then I have this Collab concealer that I bought when they were going out of business, but this is not the right shade for me. It was far, far, far too deep, so I'm going to pass that on and just call it a regret. Then I am choosing to pass on the Sephora Pocket Palette. This one is like the warm shade. I do have another version of this that's cool tone that I like so much more, but this is beautiful, and they don't make this particular design anymore. The shadows are really nice though, so I'm hoping a friend will want that. We are letting go of the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. I've had this one for years and years and years. I bought it when it first came out, whenever that was. I'm very close to hitting pan, I can tell. It's just too old. I think it's a little bit hard pan, maybe a little. And I have other bronzers I've been reaching for on top of that. All right, this I hated. This is the One Size Secured the Sweat Primer. First of all, this metal packaging, hate. It got really gross and dry, goopy, weird around the squeezy tube. This was just an all-around fail. Oops, I just, like, look at that. I, like, twisted it too hard and it came undone. It looked awful under foundation. Like, it made my foundation like peel and flake. It was just all around a terrible product, like the worst I think that I've used in years. All right, I'm letting go of my Dose of Colors in Messy Bun. It's a gloss. They don't make these anymore, and I determined that this shade is actually not the best for me, not the most flattering. This is MAC Ruby Woo. I think I got this free somehow in like as a sample product or a kit. I don't know how I got it, but I got it. This is way too dry. It's just that classic matte, like MAC matte formula that's way too dry for me. All right, and last are a couple of concealers. This is the Almay Hydrating Concealer, which actually I really, really like, and I would buy this again. This one's just very old. I got this in March of 23, so it's pretty old, getting on closer to 2 years. Then I'm also passing on this Pro Conceal from LA Girl. That's just too light. This was in Fairest, and it truly is just too fair, so it's gonna go.